For 5 years, billionaire Jason Cole avoided all touch. No hugs. No handshakes. Nothing. Then his new maid, Lily Carter, grabbed his arm. She was trying to stop him from falling. It was only 1 second. 1 second of contact. And the secret behind his fear began to show. Welcome back, my friends. Before we start, tell me in the comments, do you believe love can heal a wounded heart? If you enjoy stories like this, please subscribe. Now, let's begin. New York City can make people look larger than life. Bright lights, tall towers, fast cars. And in the middle of it all was Jason Cole. He was 38. He was rich. He was famous. People called him a genius CEO. His company, Cole Dynamics, built smart systems for banks and hospitals. On TV, Jason looked calm and bold. On TV, it looked like he shook hands, but he always avoided real contact. He smiled for cameras. But the truth was different. In his own home, Jason did not let anyone touch him. Not a friendly pat. Not a quick hug. Not even a hand on his shoulder. Not for 5 long years. Jason lived in a clean penthouse on the top floor. It was in Manhattan. It had glass walls and a view of the river. It looked like a dream. But it felt like a cold museum. Everything had a place. Nothing felt warm. Even the air felt careful. Jason stood by a window one early morning. He wore a dark suit, even at home. His phone buzzed with messages. A board meeting at 9. A dinner with investors in 2 days. A charity event next week. He read the messages with a straight face. Then he placed the phone down like it was heavy. His assistant, Nolan, spoke through a speaker on the counter. Nolan, sir, your new housekeeper arrives at 8. Jason's jaw tightened. Jason, remind her of the rules. Nolan, yes, sir. No sudden movements. No personal questions. No touching. Jason stared at his own hands. His fingers looked normal. Strong. Clean. But his body remembered what his mind tried to forget. A small sound in the hallway made him turn fast. Just a building noise. Still, his heart jumped. Jason took a slow breath. 1, 2, 3. He whispered to himself, low and sharp. Jason, control. Down in Queens, Lily Carter was tying her hair back. She was 29. She had warm brown eyes and soft hands from hard work. She did not own fancy clothes. Her shoes were plain. Her coat was old. But she stood tall anyway. In the small kitchen, her mother sat at the table. Her mom's name was Diane. Diane's hands shook a little as she held a mug. Lily watched her with worry. Diane had been sick for a while. Not the kind of sickness you can see right away. But it made her tired. It made her weak. It took money to manage it. And money was something they did not have much of. Lily placed a pillbox beside her mom's plate. Lily, please take these with your tea, Mom. Diane, I will. You're going to be late. Lily forced a smile. Lily, first day. I can't be late. Diane reached for Lily's hand. Lily let her hold it for a moment. A quiet moment. A safe touch. Then Diane's eyes filled with soft fear. Diane, that place is huge. Rich people can be cold. Lily, not all of them. And it's just a job. Diane nodded, but she did not look fully sure. Lily kissed her mom's forehead. Lily, I'll call you at lunch. Promise. She stepped out into the cold morning. The city air bit her cheeks. She took the subway into Manhattan. She held a small bag with cleaning gloves, snacks, and a notebook. The notebook was important. It held reminders, phone numbers, and a list of bills. Rent. Medicine. Food. Everything had a number beside it. When Lily reached the building, the lobby was quiet and bright. A guard checked her name. Then a man in a neat suit met her by the elevator. He smiled, but it was tight. Nolan, you must be Lily Carter. I'm Nolan. Mr. Cole's assistant. Lily, nice to meet you. Nolan did not offer his hand. He looked at her like he was reading a script. Nolan, before we go up, there are rules. Lily blinked. Lily, rules. Nolan, yes. Mr. Cole needs a calm environment. No surprises. No personal talk. And no touching. Lily thought she heard wrong. Lily, no touching? Like, at all? Nolan nodded. Nolan, at all. Lily felt her eyebrows rise. But she swallowed her questions. She needed this job. Still, something about it felt sad. Not rude. Sad. They rode the elevator in silence. At the top floor, the doors opened into a wide, silent space. The penthouse looked perfect. Too perfect. Nolan led her to a staff area and gave her a schedule. Nolan, you'll clean mornings. Laundry twice a week. Kitchen daily. Mr. Cole works from home often. Lily glanced around. There were no family photos. No cozy blankets. No signs of normal life. Her voice softened without meaning to. Lily, does he have anyone living here with him? Nolan's eyes sharpened. Nolan, no personal questions, Ms. Carter. Lily lowered her gaze. Lily, right. Sorry. Then a door opened at the far end of the penthouse. A tall man walked out. Jason Cole. He moved like every step mattered. His face was handsome, but tired. His eyes were sharp, but guarded. He stopped when he saw Lily. Not close. Far away, across the room. Like distance was a wall he needed. Jason's voice was steady, but cold at the edges. Jason, you're the new housekeeper. Lily, yes, Mr. Cole. Lily Carter. She took one step forward, polite. Jason's shoulders stiffened. He raised a hand, palm out. Not a greeting. A warning. Jason, stop there. Lily froze. She kept her hands by her sides. Her heart beat faster, but she stayed calm. Jason looked at her like he was afraid of something invisible. Then he spoke again, slow and firm. Jason, do your work. Follow the rules. And don't touch me. Lily nodded. But inside, a question rose like a whisper. What happened to him? And before she could stop herself, she wondered something else too. If someone you cared about was hurting this much, would you walk away? The first week felt like walking on thin ice. Lily cleaned quietly. She moved slowly. She made no noise. Jason stayed in his office most days. The office door was glass, but the blinds stayed down. Sometimes Lily heard his voice on calls. Strong voice. Sharp words. No laughter. Other times, she heard nothing at all. Only the soft hum of the city outside. Jason left notes instead of speaking. Coffee. Black. Do not enter office. Leave mail on table. Step back. Lily followed every rule. Still, she noticed small things. Jason wore thin leather gloves, even indoors. He wiped door handles with a cloth. He kept sanitizer bottles in every room. Not normal. Not just neat. It looked like fear dressed up as control. On Friday morning, the penthouse felt tense. Nolan had called earlier. A quick message for Lily. Mr. Cole has a medical appointment at noon. Be ready. Lily did not understand what that meant. But she cleaned faster. She made the bed. She polished the counters. She kept checking the clock. At 11:45, Lily carried a basket of folded towels. She walked toward the hallway near the private elevator. Jason's office door opened. Jason stepped out, already in a suit. His tie was perfect. His face was calm. But his eyes looked tired. He walked toward the stairs that led down to a lower level. Lily had not used those stairs yet. They were wide and bright. Glass railings. White steps. Beautiful. And dangerous if you were rushing. Jason was looking at his phone. His thumb moved fast, like he was fighting time. Lily's heart squeezed. He was not watching where he walked. She opened her mouth to warn him. But she remembered the rules. No sudden noise. No surprises. So she took a quick step to the side, trying to stay out. Then it happened. Jason's shoe hit the edge of a step. His body tilted forward. The phone flew from his hand. For one sharp second, he was falling. Lily did not think. She moved. She dropped the towel basket. She reached out and grabbed his arm. Her hand closed around his sleeve. Firm. Safe. Fast. Jason did not hit the steps. He stopped. Barely. But the moment her hand touched him, everything changed. Jason froze like a statue. His eyes went wide. His breath caught hard. He yanked his arm back as if her skin burned him. His whole body shook. "Jason, don't." His voice was loud. Raw. Not like the man on TV. He stumbled backward. His back hit the wall. He slid down a little, like his legs could not hold him. Lily stood still, stunned. Her own hands were shaking now. "Lily, Mr. Cole, I'm sorry. You were falling." Jason did not answer. His chest rose and fell too fast. His gloved hands pressed against his ribs. He tried to breathe, but it looked like he could not. Like air was not enough. His eyes darted around the hallway. As if he was trapped. As if the walls were closing in. Lily's throat went dry. She had seen panic before. Not in rich homes. In hospital waiting rooms. In her own mother's bad nights. She took one slow step back. Then another. She made her voice soft and calm. "Lily, okay. I'm stepping back." Jason's jaw clenched. A line of sweat formed near his temple. His eyes locked on her hand. The hand that saved him. The hand that touched him. He looked sick with fear. "Jason, you broke the rule." "Lily, I know. I didn't mean to. You almost fell." Jason swallowed hard. Then he snapped, like a cord pulled too tight. "Jason, never touch me again. Never." Lily nodded, because she had no other choice. "Lily, yes, sir." Jason pushed himself up. His hands trembled. He looked down at his own sleeve, where Lily had held him. Then he did something that shocked her. He pulled a small bottle from his pocket. Sanitizer. He poured it on his sleeve, rubbing fast. Too fast. Like he was trying to erase the moment. Lily's chest tightened. This was not pride. This was pain. Jason picked up his phone from the floor. His fingers fumbled. He tried to stand tall again. But he was still shaking. He started walking away. Then he stopped and spoke without turning back. "Jason, if this happens again, you're gone." Lily's lips parted. She wanted to say, "I saved you." She wanted to say, "Are you okay?" But she knew he would not take it well. So she kept it simple. Lily understood. Jason went down the stairs slowly. This time he held the railing. But he held it with his gloved hand. As if even the glass could hurt him. When he disappeared, Lily finally breathed out. She stared at the towels on the floor. Her heart was still racing. She knelt and gathered them with careful hands. As she stood, she noticed something on the wall beside the stairs. A framed photo. She had not seen it before. It was not a family photo. It was a newspaper cover, sealed behind glass. Cole Dynamics CEO survives tragic crash. There was a picture of Jason. Younger. Bruised. Pale. His eyes looked empty in the photo. Lily swallowed. A crash. 5 years. No touching. It lined up too well to ignore. Lily walked back to the laundry room and closed the door. She leaned against it. Her voice came out as a whisper. "Lily, what happened to you, Mr. Cole?" She looked down at her own hands again. They had saved him. But they had also broken him open. And Lily could feel it. This was not just a strange rule. This was a secret. A deep one. And somehow, she had just stepped into the middle of it. After the stair moment, the penthouse felt colder. Not because of the weather. Because Jason Cole built a new wall. A thicker one. He stopped walking through the main rooms. He used side halls. He sent more notes. Short notes. Shop notes. Do not be in the hallway at noon. Do not enter the library. Do not touch anything on my desk. Lily read each note and said, "Okay," to the empty air. She did her work. Quiet. Careful. But inside, her mind kept circling one fact. He almost fell. And she saved him. Yet he looked at her like she hurt him. On Monday, Nolan visited in person. He met Lily in the staff area, holding a tablet. He looked tired. "Nolan, you understand the situation now, yes?" Lily kept her voice respectful. "Lily, yes. No touching. No surprises." Nolan nodded. "Nolan, good. Mr. Cole does not tolerate mistakes." Lily wanted to say, "I stopped him from breaking his neck." But she did not. She only said, "I understand." When Nolan left, Lily called her mother at lunch. "Lily, Mom, how are you feeling today?" "Diane, a bit tired. But I'm okay. How is the job?" Lily looked around the small staff room. She lowered her voice. "Lily, it's strict. Very strict." "Diane, strict how?" Lily paused. How could she explain a man who feared touch? "Lily, just rules. Lots of rules." Diane sighed. "Diane, baby, don't let anyone treat you small." Lily swallowed. "Lily, I won't. I just need this job." After the call, she went back to cleaning. As she dusted the shelves, she noticed a small change. Jason's coffee cup was always left on the same coaster. But now, the coaster had moved. Just a little. Like someone had picked it up, then set it down again. Like hands had hovered, unsure. Lily tried not to think too much. Still, she started to learn his patterns. He woke early. Always. He ate little. He worked until late. And every single day, he avoided human contact like it was fire. One afternoon, Lily was wiping the kitchen counter when Jason entered. He stopped at the doorway, keeping distance. His eyes scanned the room first, as if he needed to make sure it was safe. Then he spoke, flat and controlled. "Jason, the towels. In the guest bathroom. They're wrong." Lily blinked. "Lily, wrong." "Jason, the blue ones go in the left drawer. Not the right." It was such a small thing. But his voice was tight, like the mistake mattered a lot. Lily nodded. "Lily, okay. I'll fix it now." Jason watched her for a moment. Then his gaze fell to her hands. Bare hands. Not gloved. Lily saw him stiffen. She kept her hands low and still. "Lily, I won't come near you, Mr. Cole." Jason's throat moved as he swallowed. "Jason, good." He turned and left. But something about his eyes lingered. Not anger. More like fear mixed with shame. That night, Lily sat on the subway home and thought about him. A man with everything. Money. Power. A perfect image. Yet one touch nearly broke him. She told herself, "Not my problem." She said it again, "Not my problem." But her heart did not fully agree. The next day, Lily arrived early. She wanted to finish before Jason left his office. She moved like a shadow. No noise. No sudden steps. Still, the penthouse had a way of making small sounds loud. A spoon clink. A cabinet click. A soft hum from the fridge. Around 10, Lily heard a sound she had never heard before. A short, sharp breath. Then another. It came from the hallway near the library. Lily froze. She listened. A low groan, like pain. Lily walked slowly toward the sound, stopping at the corner. She did not step into the open. She only peeked. Jason was there. His back against the wall. His gloved hands pressed to his chest again. His face was pale. His eyes were squeezed shut. He looked like he was fighting something inside his own body. Lily's stomach dropped. This was not just being picky. This was real suffering. Lily stayed where she was. She did not rush in. She remembered the rule. But she also remembered her mother's bad nights. Sometimes people do not need touch. They need calm words. Lily spoke softly, from a safe distance. "Lily, Mr. Cole, you're having a hard moment." Jason's eyes flew open. He looked at her like he had been caught. His voice came out rough. "Jason, leave." Lily did not move closer. She kept her tone slow. "Lily, okay. I will. But breathe with me first." Jason's jaw tightened. Jason, I said leave. Lily nodded. Lily, I'm stepping back. Just hear this. She held up her hands to show she would not approach. Lily, in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Slow. Jason stared at her. For a second, it looked like he wanted to shout again. Then his shoulders dropped a fraction. Not much. Just enough to show he heard her. He took one shaky breath. Then another. Lily stayed quiet. No pushing. No questions. Just space. After a minute, Jason's breathing slowed. He straightened, fast, like he wanted to erase what happened. His voice turned cold again. Jason, you're not paid to speak. Lily felt the sting. But she held her ground. Lily, you're right. I'm paid to keep the home running. Jason's eyes narrowed. He looked like no one talked to him like that. Not here. Not in his world. Lily's heart beat hard, but she did not back down. Lily, and part of that is making sure you don't collapse. Jason's face flashed with something. Anger. Then pain. Then something softer that disappeared too fast. He turned away. Jason, just do your job. Lily, I am. Jason walked to his office and shut the door. The sound echoed like a final word. Lily stood alone in the hallway, shaking. She whispered to herself. Lily, okay. I'll do my job. Nothing more. But later that day, Nolan called again. His voice was tense. Nolan, change of plan. The investor dinner is now at the penthouse. Lily's stomach tightened. Lily, I thought it was at a restaurant. Nolan, it was. Not anymore. And half the staff just cancelled. Lily looked around the spotless kitchen. Then she looked at the quiet hallway. Forced to host. Forced to be near people. A man who could not stand touch. And a maid who had already touched him once. Nolan's voice landed like a weight. Nolan, Lily, you'll need to help us pull this off. The next day, Lily arrived to find the penthouse changed. Not in how it looked. In how it felt. It felt like a storm was coming. Nolan was there with a clipboard and a tense face. 2 temporary staff members stood near the kitchen. They looked nervous. Jason's security man, Brock, watched everything from the corner. Nolan spoke fast. Nolan, dinner is tomorrow night. 6 guests. 2 assistants. 1 driver. Lily nodded. Lily, what do you need from me? Nolan looked at her like she was the last piece holding things together. Nolan, everything we can get. Setup. Service. Cleanup. And keeping Mr. Cole calm. Lily's throat went tight. Lily, me. Nolan rubbed his forehead. Nolan, he listens to you. A little. More than anyone else right now. Lily almost laughed. Jason listens by ordering her to leave. But Nolan did not look like he was joking. Lily glanced toward the hallway. Lily, does he even want this dinner? Nolan's mouth pressed into a thin line. Nolan, he needs it. Investors are uneasy. We need to reassure them. Lily understood that word. Reassure. Make them feel safe. Make them feel confident. Jason did that for the public. But privately, he looked like the one who needed reassurance. Nolan handed Lily a list. A simple plan. Appetizers. Main dish. Dessert. He pointed at a note on the page. No surprises. No extra staff. Minimal movement near Mr. Cole. Lily stared at the words. Minimal movement. At a dinner. With 6 guests. It sounded impossible. That afternoon, Lily began preparing. She ironed napkins. She set the table with clean silverware. She polished glassware until it shined. She placed chairs perfectly, like a map. Everything had to be smooth. No bumps. No accidents. No sudden touch. While she worked, she heard Jason's office door open. She turned. Jason stood at the edge of the living room. He kept his distance, as always. But he looked strained. His eyes moved over the table setup. His shoulders were tight. He spoke like he was forcing each word. Jason, who approved this? Nolan stepped forward, careful. Nolan, sir, the venue cancelled. This is the best option. Jason's eyes flashed. Jason, in my home. Nolan held steady. Nolan, yes, sir. One night. Jason's jaw flexed. His gaze flicked to Lily. Then away. Like he did not want to look at her. Jason, no one touches me. Not even by accident. Lily kept her voice calm. Lily, understood, Mr. Cole. Jason stared at her for a moment. His eyes were cold, but there was fear under it. He turned and walked back toward his office. Then he stopped. He did not face them. But his voice lowered. Jason, if I lose control, end it. Nolan blinked. Nolan, sir. Jason's shoulders lifted on a sharp breath. Jason, get them out. Make an excuse. Whatever you have to do. Lily felt a chill. Lose control. He meant panic. He meant those moments by the stairs. He meant a break. Nolan's voice softened. Nolan, we'll handle it. Jason nodded once and disappeared. That night, Lily went home with the list still in her mind. She made soup for her mother. She checked her mom's pillbox. She washed dishes and kept thinking about Jason's words. If I lose control, end it. Like he was ashamed to be human. Like he thought fear made him weak. In bed, Lily stared at the ceiling and whispered, Lily, I'm not here to fix you. But her chest felt heavy. Because some part of her already wanted to. The next evening arrived too fast. The penthouse glowed with warm lights. Soft music played. Food smells filled the air. The table looked beautiful. Lily wore a simple black dress with an apron. The temporary staff arrived early. They moved quietly like trained dancers. At 6 sharp, the doorbell rang. Jason appeared, wearing a perfect suit. His hair was neat. His smile looked ready for cameras. But Lily saw his hands. Gloved. And his fingers were curled too tight. Nolan opened the door. The first guest entered. A man named Victor Hale. He was tall, loud, and proud. He stepped forward with a wide grin, reaching out a hand. Victor, Jason. My friend. Jason froze. Just for half a second. Then he did something smooth and fast. He put his gloved hand on his chest instead of shaking. A polite half bow. Jason, Victor. Welcome. Victor blinked, then laughed like it was a joke. Victor, still with the germ thing, huh? Jason smiled. Thin. Controlled. Jason, call it a habit. Guests kept coming. A couple from Chicago. A tech investor from California. All rich. All sharp. All watching Jason like they were judging him. Lily moved around the room with a tray. She kept her steps soft. She kept her eyes open. No collisions. No sudden moves. Jason stood near the fireplace, talking business. His voice sounded strong. But Lily noticed his breathing. Too quick. His eyes kept darting, checking distance. Every time someone stepped close, his shoulders lifted. Like his body was bracing for impact. Dinner began. People sat. Lily served soup first. Her hands stayed steady. She did not brush anyone's elbow. She did not bump chairs. She felt like she was holding a fragile glass life in her palms. Halfway through the main dish, Victor Hale stood up. He lifted his wine glass. Victor, to Jason Cole. The strongest man in New York. Guests clapped. Jason stood, polite. He raised his glass. Jason, thank you. Victor stepped closer, still holding his glass high. Victor, come on. Give me a proper handshake this time. Jason's smile stiffened. Lily's heart dropped. Victor was too close. Too loud. Too pushy. Jason's eyes flicked to Lily for one quick moment. A silent message. Help. Lily stepped forward, careful. She did not touch Victor. She only angled the serving tray between them, like a gentle wall. Lily, excuse me, sir. Hot plate behind you. Victor glanced back, annoyed. But he stepped aside. Jason's shoulders loosened a little. Just a little. Victor chuckled. Victor, even your maid is protective. That's cute. Jason's jaw tightened. Jason, she's doing her job. Victor leaned toward Lily, smiling like he owned the room. Victor, what's your name, sweetheart? Lily kept her face calm. Lily, Lily. Victor nodded. Victor, Lily. Tell me, does he always act like this? Lily felt heat rise in her chest. She looked at Jason. His eyes were hard now. He was fighting to stay controlled. Lily answered simply. Lily, Mr. Cole values personal space. Victor laughed. Victor, personal space? He's a billionaire, not a monk. The guests laughed lightly, unsure. Jason's hand tightened around his glass. Lily saw the tremble. And then it happened. Victor reached out fast and clapped Jason on the shoulder. A friendly move for some. A normal move. But not here. Not for Jason. Jason jerked back like he'd been hit. His glass tipped. Red wine splashed on the white tablecloth. The room went quiet. Jason's face turned pale. His eyes widened. His breath stopped. It was like he fell into that dark hallway again. But this time, there were witnesses. Rich witnesses. Judging eyes. Jason took one step back. Then another. His back hit the wall. His chest moved too fast. His hands shook. Victor lifted both hands, shocked. Victor, hey, it's just a tap. Jason did not hear him. Or maybe he did, but his body did not care. Jason's lips parted. A sound came out. A broken breath. A choke. He slid down the wall, halfway. Nolan rushed toward him. Jason flinched away, even from Nolan. Guests stood up, confused. Whispers started. Lily's heart pounded. If Jason lost control, everything would fall apart. His image. His company. His life. And maybe, his hope. Lily did the one thing she could. She stepped forward, but stopped at a safe distance. She lowered her voice, steady and soft. Lily, Mr. Cole. Look at me. Jason's eyes flicked toward her. Wild. Afraid. Lily spoke slowly, like guiding someone through a dark room. Lily, you are in your home. You are safe. Jason's breathing shook. Lily kept going. Lily, feet on the floor. Feel the ground. One breath. Jason's eyes stayed on her. The room held still. Even Victor stopped talking. Lily swallowed and continued. Lily, in. 2. 3. Out. 2. 3. Jason copied her, just a little. One shaky breath. Then another. He did not stand. But he stopped sliding. Nolan watched, stunned. The guests watched, stunned too. Jason's eyes softened, just a fraction. Then shame hit him like a wave. He looked around and saw everyone staring. He pushed himself up, fast, too fast. His voice came out sharp. Jason, dinner is over. Silence. Nolan tried to speak. Nolan, sir, we can. Jason raised a hand. Jason, out. Brock stepped forward and guided the guests toward the door. Victor looked angry now, like his pride was hurt. Victor, this is bad, Jason. Very bad. Jason said nothing. He turned and walked toward his office. His steps were stiff. Like every step hurt. Before he closed the door, his eyes found Lily again. Not angry this time. Broken. And scared. Then the door shut. The guests were gone. The penthouse was quiet again. But it did not feel calm. It felt like something had cracked open. Lily stared at the red wine stain on the tablecloth. A bright mark. Like blood on snow. She whispered to herself. Lily, 5 years. Now she knew. The rule was not about germs. It was about terror. And Lily had just seen it, in front of everyone. The morning after the dinner, the penthouse felt empty. Not just quiet. Empty. Like the air had been pulled out. Lily arrived early. Nolan was already there, pacing with his phone. His face looked tight. "Nolan, we have a problem." Lily kept her voice low. "Lily, because of last night?" Nolan gave a short nod. "Nolan, Victor Hale is talking. He's telling people Jason is unstable." Lily swallowed. Unstable sounded cruel. It also sounded dangerous in Jason's world. Nolan lowered his voice more. "Nolan, the board wants answers. Jason won't answer calls." Lily glanced at the office door. The blinds were down again. No light leaked through. "Lily, is he okay?" Nolan hesitated, like the truth was heavy. "Nolan, he's shut down. He does that." Lily felt something twist in her chest. A man could have all the money in New York. Still, fear could trap him. Nolan rubbed his forehead. "Nolan, just keep things calm today, Lily." Then he walked out, talking fast into his phone. Lily went to work. She cleaned the wine stain from the floor. She changed the tablecloth. She washed the glasses again. She tried to make the place look normal, but her mind kept replaying Jason against the wall. His wide eyes. That broken breath. The shame on his face when people stared. Around noon, Lily carried fresh towels toward the master bedroom. She moved quietly, like always. The bedroom door was half open. That was unusual. Jason never left doors open. Lily paused. She listened. No sound. She stepped in, careful. The room was neat, but not perfect. A jacket lay across a chair. A tie was on the floor. Like someone had pulled it off in a rush. Lily's eyes went to the nightstand. A small bottle sat there. Not sanitizer. Medicine. The label was turned away. Lily did not touch it. She only leaned closer to read. Then her breath caught. There was Jason's name. And under it, small printed words. Take as needed for panic. Panic. So it had a name. It was not a bad mood. It was not being difficult. It was panic. Lily stood still for a moment. Then she remembered her mother. How Diane looked when she tried to hide pain. How she sometimes snapped, then cried later. Fear often looked like anger. Lily turned to leave. But her foot brushed a paper on the floor. It had slipped under the bed. Lily hesitated. A rule was a rule. No personal questions. No personal items. But the paper was already out. And Jason had left the door open. Like he did not care anymore. Lily bent and picked it up. Her hands shook a little. It was a medical summary. The big words stood out. Complex Regional Pain Syndrome, CRPS. She did not know that term. So she read the next lines. They were plain enough to understand. It means the nerves send pain signals by mistake. Even light touch can feel like burning. Lily's mouth went dry. So touch was not only scary. Touch could also hurt. She read more. PTSD. She had heard that one before. It stood for post-traumatic stress disorder. It meant your body stays afraid after something terrible. Even when the danger is over. A loud sound. A hand on your shoulder. A smell. Anything can bring the fear back. Lily lowered the paper slowly. Her eyes stung. 5 years. No touch. Gloves. Distance. The sanitizer. It was not pride. It was survival. Lily looked around the room again. She noticed something else now. On the dresser sat a small photo frame, face down. Not displayed. Hidden. Lily should not touch it. But she did anyway, gently. She turned it over. It was Jason with a woman. The woman was beautiful, smiling wide. Jason looked younger. Happier. His arm was around her waist. His bare hand was on her skin. So he could touch before. Lily stared at the woman's face. Then she saw a name written on the back. Vanessa. Lily put the frame down softly, like it could break. Her mind connected the dots. A crash. 5 years ago. A woman named Vanessa. A body that panics. A body that hurts. Lily took a slow breath. She did not know every detail. But she knew enough to feel one clear thing. Jason was not cold. Jason was wounded. Have you ever seen someone push people away, just to hide pain? Lily folded the medical paper and placed it back where she found it. She returned the medicine bottle to the exact spot. She erased every sign she had been there. Then she left the bedroom and closed the door gently. She stood in the hallway, heart pounding. She wanted to knock on Jason's office. She wanted to say, "I know." She wanted to say, "You're not crazy." But she also knew Jason would panic if he felt exposed. So she did the only safe thing she could think of. She went to the kitchen and made tea. Not fancy tea. Just warm tea with honey. Like her mom used to make when Lily was sick. She placed the cup on a tray. She walked to Jason's office door. She stopped at a respectful distance. She did not touch the handle. She spoke through the wood, soft and steady. "Lily, Mr. Cole. I made tea. I'll leave it outside." No answer. Lily waited one beat. Then she set the tray on a small table near the door. She stepped back. Far back. Then she spoke again. "Lily, you don't have to be strong today." Her voice shook at the end. She hated that it did. Then she turned and walked away. Halfway down the hall, she heard a sound. A click. The office door opening, just a little. Lily did not turn around. She kept walking. But her heart lifted. Because for the first time, it felt like Jason might take something from her. Not a touch. Not yet. Just warmth. Just proof that he was not alone. The tea tray was gone an hour later. The cup was empty. That was the first sign. A small one. But it mattered. Lily cleaned the kitchen slowly, thinking. If Jason took the tea, maybe he could take more. Not touch. Not yet. But help. Kind words. A steady presence. That afternoon, Nolan returned. He looked relieved when he saw the empty cup. He lowered his voice. "Nolan, he drank it." Lily nodded. "Lily, yes." Nolan let out a breath. "Nolan, good. That means he's still with us." Lily frowned. "Lily, with us." Nolan looked away. "Nolan, when he shuts down, it can get dark." Lily's chest tightened. Nolan's phone buzzed. He stepped aside to answer. Lily heard pieces of it. "Board is furious. Victor is pushing. Yes, we'll respond." When Nolan left, Lily walked through the living room. She stopped near the office door again. She did not knock. She did not speak this time. She only left a small note on the table beside the door. Simple words. "Tea anytime. I can leave it quietly." Then she walked away. 2 hours later, the note was gone. Jason did not thank her. But he read it. And he took it. The next morning, Lily arrived to find a new note on the counter. Jason's handwriting. Sharp, neat letters. Coffee. Black. Leave at 7:30. Lily stared at it. He was asking. Not ordering. It still looked like an order, yes. But he could have told Nolan. He could have said nothing. He wrote to her. Lily made the coffee at 7:25. She poured it into a clean mug. She carried it to the office door. She placed it on the table. She stepped back. She waited. The door opened a crack. A gloved hand reached out. The coffee vanished. The door closed. No words. But Lily smiled anyway. Because the wall had a small crack now. That day, Lily focused on making the penthouse feel less like a museum. Not by changing Jason's things. She would never do that. But by adding small comfort in safe ways. She placed fresh flowers in a vase far from his walking paths. She kept lights warm in the evening. She made the air smell like clean soap, not sanitizer. Jason did not comment. But he also did not remove the flowers. Another small sign. 2 days later, Lily heard Jason in the kitchen. That was rare. She turned and saw him standing near the fridge. He was alone. He looked tense, like a man entering enemy ground. His eyes flicked to Lily. Then to the floor. He spoke without looking at her. "Jason, where's Nolan?" Lily kept her hands visible, calm. "Lily, he's at the office." Jason nodded once. He opened the fridge with his elbow, not his hand. He took out a bottle of water. He did not drink. He just held it, like he needed something to grip. Lily felt her heart pull. He looked like a child trying to be brave. Lily spoke softly. "Lily, I won't come close, Mr. Cole." Jason's jaw moved, like he wanted to say something else. Then he said, almost low enough to miss, "Jason, last night, the tea." Lily blinked. That was the closest he had come to gratitude. "Lily, I'm glad it helped." Jason's eyes lifted to her face, quick. Then away again. "Jason, it was fine." Lily nodded. "Lily, good." Silence. The fridge hummed. The city sounded far away. Then Lily took a careful step, not toward him, but toward the sink. She began rinsing a cup. A normal thing. To show him normal life. Jason watched her hands. His shoulders tightened, then eased. Lily decided to try something simple. Not questions. Not what happened to you. Just a small bridge. "Lily, my mom likes tea with honey too." Jason's brow shifted. Like the word mom surprised him. "Jason, you live with her." It was not a question. It was a statement. Lily nodded. "Lily, yes. She's sick." Jason's head turned slightly, like he was listening for real. Lily added one plain line. "Lily, so I understand hard days." Jason's throat moved. His grip on the water bottle tightened. "Jason, hard days don't matter." Lily set the cup down. She looked at him, steady. "Lily, they matter to the person living them." Jason did not answer. But his eyes stayed on her now. Longer than before. Then he looked away quickly, as if he felt too seen. He took a breath. His voice lowered. "Jason, people talk." Lily nodded. "Lily, yes." Jason's mouth tightened. "Jason, they saw me." Lily understood. The dinner. The panic. The shame. She chose her words carefully. Short. Simple. True. "Lily, they saw a man having a fear moment." Jason's eyes flashed. "Jason, they saw weakness." Lily shook her head once. "Lily, fear is not the same as weakness." Jason stared at her. His face looked like stone, but his eyes looked tired. He spoke, rough. "Jason, you don't know." Lily kept her voice gentle. "Lily, maybe not. But I know pain makes people hide." Jason's gloved fingers flexed. He looked down at them. Then he whispered something so quiet Lily barely heard. "Jason, it burns." Lily froze. Not because she was afraid. Because the truth in that word hit her hard. Burns. Not hurts. Burns. Lily kept herself still. "Lily, touch burns." Jason's shoulders rose. He gave one small nod. Then he pulled back like he regretted speaking. He turned to leave. Lily did not chase him. But she offered one calm thought. "Lily, we can do things in a safe way." Jason paused. His back was to her. "Jason, there is no safe way." Lily swallowed. She chose honesty, not pressure. "Lily, maybe not today." Jason's head turned slightly. Just a fraction. Then he left the kitchen. But Lily saw it. He did not slam the door this time. That evening, Lily found another note. It was on the counter, beside the flower vase. Tea. 9 o'clock. Lily's heart jumped. It felt like an invitation. Like Jason was saying, be near, but not close. At 8:55, Lily made tea with honey. She placed it outside the office again. She stepped back. She waited. This time, the door opened wider. Not wide, but wider. Jason stood there, in a plain shirt, no suit. His eyes looked tired. His gloves were still on. He did not reach out right away. He looked at Lily first. Like he was checking if she would move. Lily stayed still. She spoke softly. "Lily, I'll walk away. You can take it." Jason's voice was low. "Jason, stay." One word. It felt like thunder in the quiet hall. Lily's breath caught. She did not step closer. She only stayed where she was. Jason picked up the cup. His hand shook a little. He sipped. His eyes stayed on the tea, not on Lily. After a moment, he spoke again, still not looking at her. Jason, my doctors say it's in my head. Lily kept her voice calm. Lily, it's in your body too. Jason's jaw clenched. Jason, they call it CRPS. Lily nodded. Lily, nerve pain. Like false alarms. Jason's eyes flicked up, surprised. He stared at her. Jason, how do you know that? Lily's heart pounded. She could not tell him she read the paper. Not yet. That could break trust. So she chose a softer truth. Lily, my mom has doctors too. I read a lot. Jason held the cup, thinking. His voice dropped. Jason, when someone touches me, I feel it again. Lily whispered. Lily, the crash. Jason's face tightened. His eyes went distant. He did not confirm. He did not deny. But his silence said yes. Lily felt tears rise, but she blinked them back. Then she said the only thing she knew was safe. Lily, you don't have to tell me everything now. Jason's shoulders sagged. Like he had been holding a weight alone for years. He took another sip. Then very quietly, he said something that changed the air. Jason, I haven't let anyone close since Vanessa. Lily's chest tightened. There it was. The name. The woman in the photo. Lily spoke gently. Lily, she hurt you. Jason's lips pressed together. His eyes shone, just a little. He whispered. Jason, she left me there. Lily's heart broke. Left him there. After the crash. After the pain. When he needed love the most. Lily stayed where she was. She did not touch him. But her voice wrapped around him like a blanket. Lily, that was not your fault. Jason let out a shaky breath. For the first time, he looked at Lily fully. Not like a maid. Like a person. Like a lifeline. And Lily understood something deep. This man did not need someone to worship him. He needed someone to stay. The next morning, Jason did not come out. No note. No coffee request. No sound. It felt like he had said too much the night before. Like he regretted letting Lily see him. Lily cleaned in silence. She kept checking the office door. She did not knock. She did not push. She only waited. At 10, Nolan arrived again. But this time, he was not alone. 2 board members came with him. A man and a woman in sharp suits. They looked around the penthouse like they owned it. Their eyes were cold. Nolan's face was tight. He spoke to Lily in a low voice. Nolan, stay in the kitchen. Do not come out. Lily nodded. But she could hear everything anyway. The penthouse carried sound like glass carries light. The board members stood near Jason's office. Nolan knocked once. Nolan, sir. We need to talk. No answer. The woman's voice cut the air. Board woman, open the door, Mr. Cole. This is serious. Still no answer. Then the man spoke, firm. Boardman, Victor Hale is calling investors right now. Nolan tried again, softer. Nolan, Jason, please. A long silence. Then the office door opened. Jason stepped out. He looked pale. He wore gloves, but his hands still trembled. His eyes looked like he had not slept. The board woman's gaze sharpened. Board woman, are you ready to explain last night? Jason's jaw tightened. Jason, it was a medical issue. The board man scoffed. Boardman, a medical issue that scared our investors. Jason's eyes flashed. Jason, I didn't choose this. The board woman stepped closer. Jason flinched back at once. She paused, annoyed. Board woman, we can't have a CEO who falls apart in public. Jason's throat moved. He tried to keep his voice steady. Jason, I'm not falling apart. The board man lifted his phone. Boardman, then explain this. He pressed play. A video. Lily heard Jason's voice from the speaker. She heard his broken breath. She heard the silence after. It was last night. Someone filmed it. Her stomach dropped. Jason's face drained of color. Jason, who recorded that? The boardman's smile was thin. Boardman, Victor did. Then it got out. Nolan looked sick. Nolan, this is disgusting. The board woman didn't care. Board woman, disgusting or not, it's real. Jason's breathing picked up. Lily could hear it from the kitchen. Fast. Shallow. She knew that sound now. The start of panic. Then another voice came from the phone. Victor Hale. Loud and smug. Victor, on phone. Jason, buddy, don't take it personal. Investors need confidence. Jason's eyes went hard. Jason, you set me up. Victor laughed. Victor, on phone, set you up? I just touched your shoulder. Jason's body jerked at the word touched. He stepped back. His back hit the wall again. Like the hallway. Like the dinner. The boardman spoke cold. Boardman, you need to step aside for now. Jason's eyes snapped to him. Jason, no. The board woman lifted her chin. Board woman, temporary leave. We'll say it's for health. Jason's chest rose fast. His voice shook. Jason, you want to take my company? The board woman did not deny it. She only said, calm and cruel. Board woman, we want to protect the company. Jason's breathing got worse. Nolan tried to step in. Nolan, give him space. The boardman ignored him. He pointed toward the office. Boardman, sign the statement. Today. Jason's hand trembled in the air. He looked trapped. Like a cornered animal. Lily's heart pounded. She should stay in the kitchen. But she could not listen to him breaking. She walked to the doorway, careful. She stopped far away. She spoke softly, only one line. Lily, Mr. Cole. Slow breath. You are safe. Jason's eyes flew to her. For a second, something eased. Just a little. Then the board woman turned sharply. Her eyes locked on Lily like a target. Board woman, who is she? Nolan answered, tense. Nolan, housekeeper. The board woman's gaze narrowed. Board woman, the maid who was at the dinner. Lily felt a chill. The boardman's voice turned sharp. Boardman, was she the trigger? Nolan shook his head. Nolan, no. Victor. But Victor's voice cut in again through the phone. Victor, on phone, oh, the maid? Funny thing. I heard she's been snooping. Lily's stomach dropped. Snooping? Jason's face tightened. Jason, that's a lie. Victor chuckled. Victor, on phone is it? Someone told me she found your private medical papers. Lily felt her legs go weak. How could Victor know? Had someone seen her in the bedroom? Had a camera been there? The board woman's eyes sharpened like knives. Board woman, is that true? Lily opened her mouth, but no sound came. Jason looked at her. His eyes were stormy. Fear. Shame. Anger. All mixed. He said her name, low. Jason, Lily. Lily swallowed hard. She forced her voice out. Lily, I didn't mean to. The paper was on the floor. The boardman laughed once, cold. Boardman, so it's true. Nolan stepped forward, furious. Nolan, this is ridiculous. She's been careful and kind. The board woman raised a hand. Board woman, enough. She looked at Jason. Board woman, this is exactly why you can't run things right now. Jason's breathing cracked. His eyes went distant again. Lily could see him slipping. So Lily did what her heart screamed to do. She took one step forward. Just one. Then Jason snapped. His voice exploded, loud and sharp. Jason, don't come closer. The room went still. Even the city outside felt quiet. Jason's eyes were wide. His chest heaved. He looked at Lily like she was danger. Like she was fire. But Lily saw it. He was not angry at her. He was scared. He was scared the board would use her. He was scared he would break again. He was scared of needing her. The boardman pointed at Lily. Boardman, she's a liability. The bored woman turned to Brock, the security man. "Bored woman, get her out." Brock stepped toward Lily. Lily's face went hot. "Lily, please. I didn't record anything. I didn't tell anyone." Brock's voice was firm. "Brock, ma'am, you need to go." Lily looked at Jason. She waited for him to stop it. She waited for him to say no. But Jason stared at the floor. His jaw clenched like he was biting down on pain. Then he said the words that broke Lily's heart. "Jason, leave." One word. Cold on the surface. Crushed underneath. Lily felt tears fill her eyes. She shook her head, small. "Lily, Mr. Cole." Jason lifted his head. His eyes were wet, but hard. His voice came out cruel, like he forced it. "Jason, you were never part of this. You're just staff." Lily's breath caught. It felt like a slap. A lie. A painful lie. But the room was full of enemies. Jason was trapped. And Lily was the easiest thing to throw away. Brock guided Lily toward the elevator. Nolan's face looked helpless. He mouthed, "I'm sorry." Lily's hands shook as she picked up her bag. Before the elevator doors closed, Lily looked back. Jason stood between the board and his office. Gloves on. Face pale. Eyes empty. Victor's voice still laughed from the phone. And Lily realized something awful. Jason had pushed her away to protect his image. Or to protect his heart. Maybe both. The elevator doors shut. The ride down felt too long. When Lily stepped into the lobby, her phone rang. It was her mother's neighbor. Lily answered fast. "Lily, hello." The woman's voice was shaky. "Neighbor, Lily, your mom collapsed. I called an ambulance." Lily's world tilted. Her job was gone. Jason had thrown her out. And now her mother was in danger. Lily ran out into the street, breathless. New York traffic roared. People moved around her like water. But Lily felt frozen inside. She whispered through tears. "Lily, God please." And far above, in a penthouse of glass and money, Jason Cole stood alone. The one person who stayed had been taken away. And the fear that ruled him for 5 years tightened its grip again. Queens felt far away from Manhattan that night. Not in miles. In pain. Lily sat in a hard chair at the hospital, holding her mom's purse. Her hands would not stop shaking. Diane lay behind a curtain. Doctors came and went. Machines beeped. A nurse explained things in simple terms. "Nurse," she fainted. "That means she passed out." "Nurse, her body is weak right now. She needs rest and checks." Lily nodded, trying to stay calm. But her mind kept jumping. Mom. Bills. Job. Jason. That one cold word. Leave. She wanted to hate him. But she also remembered his eyes. Wet, scared eyes. He pushed her away like a man drowning pushes the hand that tries to save him. Still, Lily had no time for romance or heartbreak. Her mother needed her. At midnight, the doctor spoke to Lily. "Doctor, your mother needs follow-up care." Lily's stomach dropped. Follow-up care meant more money. More rides. More medicine. Lily forced herself to ask the hard question. "Lily, how much will it cost?" The doctor sighed. "Doctor, we can work with you. But yes, it adds up." Lily left the hospital near 2 a.m. Her feet ached. Her chest ached more. She sat on the steps outside, holding her phone. She had 5 missed calls from Nolan. She did not want to answer. Not yet. Her pride was bleeding. But her heart knew something. Jason was in danger too. Not physical danger. A different kind. The kind that steals your whole life. Lily stared at the screen. Then she answered. "Lily, hello." Nolan's voice came fast, strained. "Nolan, Lily, thank God. Where are you?" "Lily, at the hospital. My mom collapsed." Nolan cursed under his breath. "Nolan, I'm sorry. Listen. Jason is not okay." Lily closed her eyes. "Lily, he told me to leave." Nolan's voice broke. "Nolan, he did that because the board threatened him." Lily's throat tightened. Lily, they used me. Nolan, yes. And Victor. Victor is trying to force Jason out. Lily's hands clenched. Lily, so what do you want from me? Nolan paused. Then he said it, quietly. Nolan, I want you to know the truth. Lily listened. Nolan's words came out like a confession. Nolan, 5 years ago, Jason was in a crash. A bad one. Lily swallowed. Nolan, his fiancée Vanessa, was with him. Fiancée. So she was not just a girlfriend. She was the woman he planned to marry. Nolan kept going, voice tight. Nolan, the car flipped. Jason was trapped. He screamed for help. Lily's stomach turned. Nolan, Vanessa crawled out, and ran. Lily's eyes filled. Nolan said the next words slowly. Nolan, she left him there, Lily. She left him burning in pain. Lily covered her mouth. That matched Jason's whisper. She left me there. Nolan added another truth. Nolan, Victor was there too. Lily froze. Lily, Victor. Nolan, yes. Victor was driving behind them. He saw everything. Lily's heart pounded. Lily, then why didn't he help? Nolan's voice went flat. Nolan, he did help. But he helped himself first. Lily did not understand. Nolan explained in simple words. Nolan, Victor took Jason's phone. He took pictures. He took company data. Lily's breath caught. Lily, he stole from him? Nolan, yes. And Jason never told anyone. He was ashamed. Ashamed. That word again. Like shame was a chain around Jason's neck. Lily looked out at the dark street. Cars passed. Life moved on. But in Lily's chest, something woke up. Anger. Not at Jason. At Victor. At the board. At people who kick a man when he's down. Lily spoke softly. Lily, what is happening now? Nolan answered. Nolan, the board is forcing Jason to sign a statement. If he signs, he steps aside. Lily, and Victor takes over. Nolan, pretty much. Lily's mind worked fast. Jason was scared of the truth. But the truth was the only weapon left. Lily took a deep breath. She made a choice. Not because she had to. Because her heart would not let her do nothing. Lily, I'm coming back. Nolan exhaled hard. Nolan, Lily, are you sure? Lily looked at the hospital doors. Then at her phone. Then at the sky. Lily, yes. But first, I need one thing. Nolan's voice softened. Nolan, anything. Lily said the words clearly. Lily, I need proof of what Victor did. Nolan paused. Then he said, careful. Nolan, there might be proof. Jason kept a locked drive. A drive. A small storage device. Like a tiny computer memory. It can hold files. Photos. Emails. Notes. Nolan continued. Nolan, he never opened it again. Lily's pulse jumped. Lily, where is it? Nolan told her. A safe behind a painting in the library. Lily remembered the library rule. Do not enter the library. Now she understood why. Nolan's voice dropped. Nolan, if you come, be careful. The board is back tomorrow morning. Lily's hands shook, but her voice stayed firm. Lily, tell Jason I'm not there to touch him. Nolan whispered. Nolan, he misses you, Lily. Lily swallowed tears. Lily, tell him I'm there to help him stand. The next morning, Lily asked a neighbor to stay with her mom. Diane was still weak, but stable. Lily kissed her cheek. Lily, I'll be back soon, Mom. Diane looked worried. Diane, don't lose yourself for someone rich. Lily's eyes softened. Lily, I'm not. I'm choosing what's right. Then Lily rode the subway to Manhattan. Her heart beat like a drum. She was going back to the place that threw her out. She was going back to the man who broke her heart. But she was also going back to the truth. At the penthouse lobby, the guard stopped her. Guard, "Ma'am, you're not cleared." Lily lifted her chin. "Lily, I need to speak to Nolan." Nolan appeared a minute later. He looked shocked and relieved. He led her to the elevator. In the elevator, Nolan spoke fast. "Nolan, Jason hasn't eaten." Lily's throat tightened. "Lily, is he in his office?" Nolan nodded. "Nolan, he won't open the door." When they arrived, Lily saw the penthouse again. Same clean floors. Same perfect view. But it felt like a prison now. Nolan led Lily to the library. He opened the door with a code. Inside, shelves rose high. Books lined the walls like silent judges. Nolan pointed to a painting. A calm ocean scene. He moved it aside. A small safe was hidden behind it. Nolan punched in a code. The safe clicked open. Inside was a small black drive. Lily held it like it was a heart. Because it was. It was Jason's truth. They moved to Nolan's laptop at the kitchen island. Nolan plugged the drive in. The screen loaded files. Photos. Messages. A folder labeled, "Crash." Lily's hands trembled. Nolan opened the folder. There were pictures. Not of the crash itself, but of the aftermath. Jason's bruised face. The broken car. And one photo made Lily's blood run cold. Victor Hale holding Jason's phone. Victor's face was turned, but you could still see him. Time stamped. Location tagged. And beside that photo, an email thread. Victor talking to someone about leverage and control. Nolan swallowed. "Nolan, this is it." Lily's heart slammed. If they showed this, Victor would fall. But it would also expose Jason's worst moment. His fear. His pain. His shame. Lily looked toward the office door. Jason's door. She took a slow breath. Now came the hardest part. Not fighting Victor. Not facing the board. Facing Jason. Lily walked to the office door and stopped. She kept distance. She spoke softly. "Lily, Mr. Cole." "It's Lily." Silence. Then a rough voice, barely there. "Jason, behind door, go away." Lily closed her eyes. Her chest hurt. But she stayed steady. "Lily, I came back with proof." Jason's voice sharpened. "Jason, proof of what?" Lily spoke clearly. "Lily, proof that Victor used your crash to steal from you." A long pause. Then Jason whispered, broken. "Jason, don't." Lily's throat tightened. "Lily, I know you're ashamed. But you did nothing wrong." Jason's voice came harsh now, like a shield. "Jason, you saw my papers. You lied." Lily swallowed. She did not dodge it. "Lily, yes. I saw them. I'm sorry. I should have told you." Silence again. Lily kept going, simple and true. "Lily, but I did not tell anyone. And I'm not here to judge you." Jason's breath shook behind the door. Then he said the truth he feared most. "Jason, I'm not worth saving." Lily's eyes filled. She spoke through tears, but her words stayed clear. "Lily, you are worth saving. And you are not alone." The office door opened a crack. Jason's face appeared. Pale. Eyes red. Gloves on. He did not step out. He only looked at her. Lily did not move closer. She held up the small black drive. Like an offering. Like hope. "Lily, we can stop Victor. But you must choose truth." Jason stared at the drive. His breathing shook. His voice came out low. "Jason, if the world knows, they'll see me as broken." Lily shook her head. "Lily, they already saw you hurt." She paused, then added one more line. A line from her heart. "Lily, let them also see you fight." Jason's eyes locked on hers. For a long moment, he did not speak. Then he whispered, like a man stepping off a cliff. "Jason, okay." One word. A choice. A brave one. The truth was coming. And love, quiet and steady, was standing right there. That morning, the penthouse became a war room. Not with guns. With truth. Nolan set up a video call for the board. Jason sat at the long dining table. Not in a suit. In a simple shirt. His gloves were still on. But his posture was different. He was still afraid. Yet he was choosing to stand. Lily stayed near the kitchen doorway. Not too close. Close enough to be seen. Jason glanced at her once. His eyes said one clear thing. Don't leave. The board members appeared on the screen. The same man. The same woman. Their faces looked sharp and cold. Victor Hale appeared too, smiling like he had already won. Victor, Jason. Back from your little break. Jason's jaw tightened. He did not answer Victor. He looked at the board. His voice was calm, but low. Jason, I called this meeting for one reason. Truth. The board woman narrowed her eyes. Board woman, we don't have time for drama. Jason breathed in. Slow. Controlled. Jason, then you should listen fast. Nolan shared the screen. The folder opened. Photos. Timestamps. Messages. Victor holding Jason's phone. The email thread about leverage. The board man leaned forward. His eyes widened. The board woman went still. Victor's smile faded. Victor, that's fake. Jason spoke, steady. Jason, it's real. And I kept it for 5 years. The board man's voice changed. Less confident. Board man, why didn't you tell us? Jason swallowed. His eyes flashed with pain. Jason, because I was ashamed. Victor laughed, but it was forced. Victor, ashamed? Or guilty? Jason's hand tightened on the table. Lily watched his shoulders rise. A fear wave tried to hit him. But he did not collapse. He looked at Lily for 1 second. She mouthed one simple word. Breathe. Jason exhaled. Then he turned back to the screen. Jason, I was trapped in a car. Hurt. Burning. Victor shifted in his chair. Jason continued, voice clear. Jason, Vanessa left. Victor stayed long enough to steal. Victor snapped. Victor, you can't prove that. Nolan clicked another file. A security report. A location record. It showed Victor's phone near the crash site. It matched the timestamps. Victor's face changed. His eyes darted. The board woman spoke, cold. Board woman, Victor, explain. Victor's voice rose. Victor, he's unstable. He's sick. Look at him. Jason's throat tightened. The word sick hit him like a slap. But Jason did not run. He said the truth, plain and strong. Jason, yes. I have CRPS. He paused to explain, simple. Jason, it means my nerves send pain by mistake. Jason, touch can feel like fire. The board members blinked. They looked uncomfortable. Jason kept going. Jason, I also have PTSD. Jason, it means fear stays in your body after trauma. Jason, it can cause panic. Like last night. Victor tried to cut in. Victor, so you admit it. You can't lead. Jason raised his hand. Not to silence them. To claim space. Jason, I can lead. And I am getting help. Nolan shared another file. Therapy appointment confirmations. A treatment plan. A note from a specialist. The boardman's tone softened. Boardman, you're in treatment now? Jason nodded once. Jason, yes. And I'm not hiding anymore. The boardwoman stared at the evidence. Her voice was quieter. Boardwoman, Victor, you are done. Victor laughed, sharp. Victor, you can't do that. The boardman spoke firmly. Boardman, we can. We will open an investigation. Victor's face went red. He leaned toward the camera. Victor, Jason, you'll regret this. Jason's voice stayed calm, but it carried steel. Jason, I regretted silence for 5 years. Then he added, simple. Jason, not anymore. Nolan ended Victor's access to the call. Victor's screen vanished. A quiet fell. Jason sat back. His chest moved fast. But he was still there. Still standing. The bored woman cleared her throat. "Bored woman, we will support you, Jason." Jason's eyes narrowed. He did not trust words yet. "Jason, support means action." The bored man nodded. "Bored man, you'll keep your role. We'll handle the press." Jason exhaled. A long breath. Like a heavy door inside him cracked open. When the call ended, Jason's shoulders dropped. He stared at the table. His hands trembled. Nolan touched his own chest. "Nolan, you did it." Jason did not smile. His eyes shone. He whispered, almost like a prayer, "Jason, I didn't run." Lily stepped forward one slow step. Then she stopped. Still giving space. Her voice was gentle. "Lily, you were brave." Jason lifted his head. His eyes met hers. Full of pain. Full of gratitude. And something new. Hope. "Jason, I hurt you." Lily swallowed. "Lily, yes." Jason flinched at her honesty. But she kept going. "Lily, you pushed me away." Jason nodded once. His voice broke. "Jason, I was scared." Lily's eyes filled. "Lily, I know." Jason stood up slowly. He kept distance, but he faced her fully. He spoke with effort, like every word cost him. "Jason, I said you were just staff." Lily's heart squeezed. Jason's eyes went wet. "Jason, that was a lie." A small silence. Then Lily said the truth too. "Lily, I came back anyway." Jason's lips trembled. "Jason, why?" Lily looked down, then back up. Her voice was soft, but clear. "Lily, because you are more than your fear." Jason closed his eyes. A tear fell. He wiped it with his gloved hand. Then he did something Lily did not expect. He pulled his gloves off. Slowly. Like removing armor. He placed them on the table. Lily's breath caught. Jason stared at his bare hands. His fingers trembled. He looked terrified. Lily did not move. She did not rush toward him. She only spoke. "Lily, you don't have to touch me today." Jason nodded, swallowing. "Jason, I want to try. Just a little." Lily's heart pounded. She lifted her hand, but kept it close to her body. Not reaching. Not grabbing. Just offering. A choice. Jason took one step. Then stopped. His breathing picked up. His face paled. Lily kept her voice calm. "Lily, one breath. You're safe." Jason inhaled. Then very slowly he reached out. His fingertips hovered near Lily's hand. Not touching yet. His whole body shook. Then his finger brushed her skin. So light it was almost nothing. Jason winced. But he did not pull away. He whispered, "Jason, it stings." Lily nodded, tears falling now. "Lily, I'm here." Jason took another breath. He let his fingers rest on her hand for one full second. Then two. He looked at her like he could not believe it. Like he had been locked in a dark room and found a window. He pulled back, breathing hard. But he was smiling. A real smile. Small. Shaky. Beautiful. "Jason, I did it." Lily smiled back. "Lily, yes you did." Over the next weeks, life changed. Not overnight. Slowly. Like healing always is. Jason kept therapy. He learned ways to calm his body. He worked with doctors on his nerve pain. He practiced safe touch, step by step. Some days were hard. Some days he could not try. But he stopped hating himself for it. And Lily stayed. Not as a prisoner. As a choice. Jason also made a choice. He helped Lily's mother. Quietly at first. He sent a nurse to check on Diane. A nurse is a trained helper for health. He paid for Diane's treatment. Not as charity. As care. When Lily tried to refuse, Jason shook his head. "Jason, let me do one good thing." Lily whispered. "Lily, you're doing many." Victor's scandal hit the news. Investors backed away from him. The board removed his influence. Jason's company steadied. People still whispered. But now the story was different. Not Jason is broken. Now it was Jason fought back. One evening, months later, Jason and Lily stood on the penthouse balcony. New York lights blinked below. The air was cool. Jason held a small box in his pocket. His hands were bare. No gloves. He looked nervous. Jason, Lily. She turned to him. Lily, yes. Jason swallowed. Jason, you came into my life as my maid. Lily gave a small, sad smile. Lily, I know. Jason shook his head. Jason, but you became my turning point. Lily's eyes filled. Jason opened the box. Inside was a simple ring. Not huge. Not flashy. Just beautiful. Jason, love found me late. He paused, voice shaking. Jason, but it found me for real. He lifted his hand, slow. Jason, will you be my wife? Lily covered her mouth. Tears ran down her cheeks. She nodded hard. Lily, yes. Yes, Jason. Jason laughed, half sob, half joy. He slid the ring on her finger. His touch was gentle, careful, real. Then he looked at her hand. He held it, longer now. No flinch. No panic. Just warmth. Lily leaned closer. Lily, are you okay? Jason smiled. A full smile. Jason, I'm okay. Then he added, softer. Jason, because you stayed. Jason pulled Lily into a slow hug. Not tight. Not sudden. A safe hug. Lily closed her eyes and let herself feel it. A man who could not be touched for 5 years. Now holding the woman who loved him. Below, the city kept moving. Above, 2 hearts finally rested. And before the night ended, Lily asked one last gentle question. Do you believe love can still find you, even after long pain?